The Pacific coast of Olympic National Park is 73 miles of extremely rare wilderness, a mixture of rocky cliffs, pristine beach, and coastal forest.
So we just reached the coast and we can see our destination in the distance, but it's covered by all this fog.
You see the giant rocks just kind of coming up out of nowhere?
I'm blown away right now. It feels like we're in the Caribbean. This is not what I assumed the Pacific Northwest looked like.
Wow.
This stretch of sand is known as Third Beach, and in the distance, we can see awesomely eerie rock formations called sea stacks.
These rocks are just jetting up out of the ground. The waves are crashing in, and this is in a national park.
Today, it's just about getting to our campsite and relaxing, getting the bonfire going. Our goal is to explore the coast and set up camp about 3 miles south at the sea stacks called Giant's Graveyard. Sounds easy enough, but
We have to be ready for the tide, because that's going to determine if we can go places, if we can't go places.
the tide becomes one of the obstacles. In some areas along the way, the beach all but disappears when the tide comes in, and the only way around the rocky cliffside is up.
We might have to climb ladders. I've heard ropes. I'm not really sure what to expect. I don't think it's just going to be a nice casual stroll on the beach.
At low tide, the ocean surface has dropped 8 vertical feet, revealing some of the park's hidden gems.
The tide is out right now. All the rocks along here have little starfish and other sea creatures. The tide pools along the beach are just packed with brightly colored starfish, or sea stars as they're also called. These creatures have eye spots at the end of their tentacles that can detect light.
I've never really seen a sea star in the ocean live, you know? You've got little orange and red ones, you got your purple ones.
Look at this, bro. Now we know we're supposed to keep an eye on the tide, and well, we got a little carried away. We spent a little too much time in the tide pools because the tide has moved in and we have no path.
The ocean is forcing us to take refuge on the land, so we're gonna get out of the way.
And this is where our coastal stroll becomes more of an obstacle course.
The water right now is slamming against the cliffside.
We see another trail marker that we're gonna use to get up over the cliff. It looks steep, which is fine, but these packs are pretty heavy.
Is that a rope? It is a rope.
Yeah.
I better go first.
I'll go first. I'll make sure it's safe for you.
All right.
It's what I do. I love these obstacle, physical type things.
Taking this overpass is really the only way to avoid the submerged beach. Ropes help, and there are ladders too. But careful footing isn't the only thing to worry about.
I take one big leap up and my pants just tear. Oh no. Luckily I'm wearing my swim trunks underneath.
Do you have a sewing kit in your first aid?
No, no sewing kit. And then I take this next step. Well, it just got a lot worse.
Oh my God.
And it went from this big to this big. At this point, the jeans are ruined. They're absolutely ruined.
That's great.
The obstacles up, down, and over these headlands would be challenging even without 40-pound packs on our backs.
It's like a seesaw.
But getting there is half the fun as coastal forests make way for Pacific views and beaches lined with driftwood logs washed in by the tides.
Oh man, a little steep. You can see how the tide really has started to come in. Those rocks over there, you see those?
They're completely underwater.
And that's where we were an hour ago looking at sea stars and all these other types of marine life.
We gotta get moving.
Yeah, next stop, Giant's Graveyard.
1 minute, we're on a gorgeous rocky beach. The next, we're in a coastal forest under a canopy of Sitka spruce and western hemlock trees.
All right, final stretch.
Yep, just gotta get over this cliff, then I'm diving in that water.
It's gonna be freezing.
We finally reached Giant's Graveyard, and it is amazing. It's incredible.
It's awesome.
We made it.
Yeah, we did. Well worth the obstacles.
Absolutely. Check out all the sea stacks. Those rocky formations were once a part of the mainland, but over time, the ocean wore away the dirt and softer rock around them. This is definitely where I want to set up camp.
And then we got all day to sit back and relax.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Make sure to leave any questions or comments that you have.
And please subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more to come.